Hello YouTube. Firstly, apologies for the old drag through a hedge backwards look. I washed my hair last night and let it dry naturally, which I should never do, and I haven't straightened it yet this morning, so I'm a bit terrifying. I thought I'd make a quick video to show you 20 of my recent sales. I realised the last one I did was something like 12 days ago. So I've been through and pulled out 20 of the better ones. As usual, there's no point showing you the rubbish ones. Believe me, there were plenty of rubbish ones. There are always plenty of things that I don't sell for what I think they'll sell. As long as I sell, I get my money back, I'm happy, but there's plenty of stuff that didn't make me huge profits. So I'm going to go, hopefully, if I can remember how to, I'm going to go over to screen sharing and show you guys what I've been selling. Okay, hopefully this is now what you can see on your screens. If I'm doing this correctly, you should be seeing a radly small black a small radly black zip top purse. I got a bundle of 4 or 5 Radley items, all from one seller. I bought them on eBay. I think I paid about 15 quid for the lot, which I thought was great, but when they arrived, they absolutely reeked of cigarette smoke. As a result, I've had them about 8 months just waiting for that smell to disperse. I've had them zipped up in a bag with several tumble dryer sheets to try and clear the smell, and it's finally started to go. This one was okay. So I've listed this and I've sold this morning. I've taken an offer of £12 on this one. So, you know, if I sell one more, then I'm into profit on the rest. The next item is my Peanuts DVD. I've included this even though it's not a massive sale. As you can see, I've got free delivery on there. I've featured this in a video. It was in a pickup video, in a haul video. I think Darren Smart was in the chat at the time, and I said it's probably worth nothing, and sure enough, it was worth pretty much nothing. But I've listed it. I listed it and sold it for £3.99 with free postage. It's gone out as a large letter, so I think I paid £1 if I remember rightly. So it's all money. Every little helps, as Tesco will tell you. I've included this one because it's one of those ones that make you laugh. I went through, this is an incredibly old listing. I've had this listed probably 2 years. You can tell by the rotten picture. That's an absolutely dreadful photograph. And I went through the other day and I looked at a few and I thought, right, it's time to find those items, get them out, iron them, press them, rephotograph them, and just do a better job of this, because these are dreadful, dreadful listings. And funnily enough, whenever you see something and think that's never going to sell, I need to do something about that, it almost always sells quite soon afterwards, which this one has for £4.99. My David Walliams books cost me £3 for the 4 at the car boot a couple of weeks ago. They're all hardbacks in excellent condition. Yeah, I paid £3 for the 4 books and they went for £12.99 plus postage. This Disney Parks Mickey Mouse Mornings of Rough mug. I bought 2. There was a Minnie Mouse set and a Mickey. I bought them from the car boot sale back in the summer, and I paid, if I recall correctly, about £14 for the 4 items. If you went back through my videos, you might be able to correct me on that, but I think I paid about 14 quid. I remember thinking that each set had cost me about £7 and that I was reasonably happy with that. I might be wrong. It'd be interesting to go back and find out, actually. I'm sure I've got obviously it'd be in my record somewhere. Anyway, I accepted an offer yesterday of £16. The other set, the Minnie Mouse set, sold fairly quickly and they went for 25. This set I accepted an offer yesterday of 16 because I've been accepting offers this week because the sales are so low. I just need to get some stuff moving. So those have been packaged and are on their way out today. I sold a Harry Potter book set this week. This is an entirely hardback set. It took me a long time to get a full set of hardbacks. It's very easy to find paperbacks of the earlier books, but not so. I've just realised I put them in the wrong order. The Philosopher's Stone should have been above the Chamber of Secrets. Never mind. Yeah, it's very easy to find the earlier ones in hardback edition, but it's not so easy to find the hardbacks. So it took taken me a long time to build a set, but they did sell at £39.99, and they went off on the GSP to somewhere foreign parts. This Radley purse, this did not come in the bundle of the other ones. I bought this separately at the car boot, so I paid £3. It was with its dust bag. Although it looks a little bit grubby in the colour of the photo, it's actually in beautiful condition, really, really nice condition. It had a tiny mark here. You can just see on one of the card slots there's a tiny mark, but apart from that, it was in really nice condition, and that sold. I accepted an offer for £20 plus postage on that one. These Betty Boot pictures were the bane of my life. I bought these at the car boot. I paid £2 for the 3. I thought they'd sell really, really quickly. They've been hanging around for ages, taking up space. They're about A4 size, so they were big enough to be annoying, and they're quite chunky frames, so big enough to be annoying and keep falling over, and I keep thinking I was going to break the glass. I accepted an offer for the 3 of £8 the other day, so I'm still in profit. I was glad to see the back of them. I was pleased with this Jellycat sale. I paid £1 for him from the charity shop. He's a rumble tumble giraffe, and he was brand new with his tags. It cost me £1, and he sold for £19.99, full asking price. He's really cute. Yeah, so £19.99, good profit on that one. This is one of the scarves that I bought when I went down to visit Caroline a couple of weeks ago. We went around to her local charity shops, and I bought this one and a cream one. I paid £1 each. This one sold quite quickly at £6.99. I didn't price them very highly because, after all, they weren't new. But this one sold quite quickly. The cream one is still listed. My Winnie the Pooh Disney Barrel mugs. I had these 3. I had Pooh, Eeyore, and Piglet, and I had them all listed separately, and they just weren't selling. And I had a Tigger and had smashed him. And when I went down to see Caroline a couple of weeks ago, she had a Tigger on the shelf, and I said, "Oh, I need to get one of those." And she said, "Oh, you can have it if you want it." She said, "I can't sell the damn thing." So I thank you very much. Brought it home, listed them as a set, and sold the full set for £24.99 within a couple of days of listing. So thank you for that, Caroline. And while I was down with Caroline and Devon, I bought this. This is a Year of Fairy Fun Rainbow Magic box set collection. There are 52 books in there. I paid £2.99. I think the charity shop had priced it low because of this. Somebody has cut a big square at the top. But when I looked at it, I thought the reason for that was probably that you can't get the book. The books are really, really tightly packed in there, and a child would have had no hope of being able to get a book out. So I think that piece probably cut out at the top to enable that to be done. So I mentioned it in the listing. Box has a piece cut out. Books are in excellent condition. A lot of the books had never opened, you could tell, and that sold for £24.99 plus postage. That was very heavy. I bought this Jo Brown's dress last week in the charity shop. It was brand new with its tags. It was £8.99, which is more than I usually like to pay because I'm tight. But the fact that it was brand new with its tags and it was Jo Brown's, I thought it was horrible. But I did manage to find this really nice stock photo, which made it a lot easier to show in its true colours, so to speak. There we go. And it sold quite quickly for £24.99 plus postage. And this Peruna coat, I could have done with a better photo of this, really. Hopefully now I've got my new lighting set up, I'll be able to get some decent photos. I paid £4 for this at the car boot, so the lady wanted 5. I tried 3. We agreed on 4, and it sold within 2 days for £24.99 plus post. So really, really pleased with that one. I would look out for those again. Apparently corduroy is very in this season. My Shelley's black shoes, these cost me 50p from the car boot sale. They are part of my challenge with Caroline, and they sold. They did not sell at £24.90. I took an offer, so I got hiccups. Isn't that typical when you're recording? I took an offer of £20, I think, on these. So pleased with those because that's a good increase for 50p. I do wish some other challenge items would sell because Caroline is really kicking my butt on this one. This one, I'm very pleased with it. Again, Caroline seems to be cropping up in this video a lot. She sold recently one of a similar kind of sales brochure book for cars that somebody had given her father or her husband or something. And so when I saw this at the car boot sale, I bought it, thinking if Caroline can sell one, maybe can I, and maybe so can I. And I surely could. It sold for £19.99 plus postage. I think I got it in fill a bag for £1. So really pleased with that. And it just goes to show that what you pick up from other resellers can really make a difference to your business, because that's something that I would absolutely have walked past and not even given a second glance to in the past. I think the amount that I have learnt from YouTubers, reselling YouTubers, is incalculable, and that's one of the reasons that I make videos. I don't know if anything I ever say is of any use to anyone, but hopefully it is, and that's why I do it, because if I can learn, then maybe I can pass on some of the things I've learned and help other people along the way. Okay, that sounded very noble, didn't it? This Ted Baker toiletry set cost me £3. It's hung around for a little while, but I thought it might go since it was now closer to Christmas, and it's gone for £11.99 plus postage. They were all brand new and unused, and they came with a rather nice toiletry bag as well. So this is my sale of the week, ka-ching. This is a brand called Save the Queen. You can't see the label very well in these photos, unfortunately. It is, in my considered opinion, a truly unpleasant dress with nothing whatsoever to recommend it. It's horrible. It's got PU panels. It's made of that horrible kind of scratchy, flimsy, nasty material. It's just thoroughly unpleasant. But Save the Queen is an Italian, I think, designer. And yes, it is an Italian designer. And they sell a retail for sort of, €200 or more. So when I saw this, I only picked it up because it was so ugly. I didn't realise that it was a brand worth having at the time. I picked it up because it was hideous, and hideous usually sells. Got it home, researched it, and discovered that yes, it was worth having. Listed it as $69.99 and accepted an offer quite quickly for £50 on it. I paid £1 for this. £1. So that's definitely a brand looking out for. They're called Save the Queen, and the tag is kind of, it's got pink. It's pink with a crown on it, and then Save the Queen is written in stylized writing underneath on the yellow part. Definitely worth looking out for. These Kurt Geiger stiletto heeled boots cost me £1 at the charity shop, at the car boot sale, sorry, back in the summer. The lady was having all shoes £1, and these were absolutely brand new and practically unworn condition. Well, I would say unworn, not practically unworn. There was not a mark on the sole. So these have sold for £29.99 plus postage. And my puppet sold. I don't quite know why all this is here, because I'm sure he was listed on the GSP, but I paid £1 for this at the car boot sale a couple of weeks ago. I bought him because I thought it was funny, but he was brand new with his tags, and he has sold for £9.99 plus postage. So if I can come back to, how do I stop sharing? Stop sharing. There we go. Hopefully we'll come back to me. There we go. That's back to me, looking terrifying as usual. You can hear the dogs barking in the background. So there we go. That's 20 of my recent sales. As I said, I make these videos in the hopes that something that I have discovered can be of use to somebody else, even if it's what I've discovered is that if you take a rubbish photograph of an Easter skirt, it'll take 1,000 years to sell. There you go. That might be useful for somebody else. So I've got itchy nose now as well. I'm falling apart. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed it, then please like, subscribe, share, all of the usual bump. Hit the button if you want notifications. And I will be back on YouTube soon with more inane ramblings. Everybody take care. Nice speaking to you. Bye-bye.